if I say I'm a mother of 3 kids.
Wow, yeah. 3 kids! I think you are defining a complete woman. And the inspiration is from the ladies in the train. That is amazing.
It's about taking small steps every day. You take those small steps on all different fronts. And I think gradually you feel that, you're progressing.
You have a life which is all jam-packed. How do you manage with all these things? Does your work get affected or does your family get affected when you try to do these things? It must be very difficult to prioritize.
I don't want when I'm working that I'll not cook for my kids or they will not have a mom who will not feed them. I get tired, I get exhausted, everything happens. But then eventually I'm happy because I'm able to have a wholesome of life. I'm not saying that women are meant to cook, but the kind of emotions a mother puts in while cooking, nobody can.
Welcome to FLO Podcast. FLO Podcast is all about celebrating the unique journeys of the unique jewels that I have in FLO Indore. One such jewel is Mansi Pahwa, the creative queen, whatever creatives that you have been seeing in FLO this year, all are credited to Mansi. Mansi, welcome to FLO Podcast.
Thank you. All those creatives are not just me; it's my team.
That is how you are. That is how you are.
I owe it to them.
Yes. Yeah. So, I would really like to know who Mansi is. All behind this. How do you define Mansi?
I think I'm also like any other woman. All women, all of us women are multitaskers. We are playing multiple roles. And I don't think I'm any different. I think
that's so nice.
No, because that's the common thing that we all share. I'm also, so if I say I'm a mother of 3 kids.
Wow, yeah. 3 kids!
My eldest is 13, the younger one is 10, and the youngest is 4. And so I am married to a full-time committed business managing director at Lotus Electronics and Gaurav Pahwa. So he has his own world and I'm as a support to him. I'm married in a big joint hearty family. But after all of this, I'm the eldest daughter of 3 daughters my parents have. So with all the personal roles that I have to play, I also decided to give one more birth of my own dream. That is Mango. Mango is an advertising agency based out of Indore. And we are a small, humble team. But we've won 5 international creative awards.
Great. Still you call yourself humble.
We are actually. So we find joy in doing playing those little roles that, life has to offer. So that's about me.
Wow, that is amazing. See, in today's world wherein women who are working, they don't even want 1 kid. They're skeptical about having 1 kid and you have 3 kids. So how do you manage everything?
With 3 kids, my life is so full of love and so full of life that I don't think that anything better has happened to me than that. And there are people who ask me, why, when I had my 3rd kid, my clients at Mango, they said that I think now it's the time that you'll be winding up because you'll have more responsibilities. But I never looked at it like that. I think you have to have your own understanding of what you want and what makes you really happy. So, I questioned myself. My husband told me that it's up to you what you want. And I was like, I want a bit of everything. I'm kind of a greedy person.
Wow.
I'm kind of greedy because I don't want when I'm working that I'll not cook for my kids or they will not have a mom who will not feed them.
Wow.
I never wanted to have, my husband feel that it's a big joint family and my wife is not available to host all the dinners and the lunches. I myself cook.
Today's world,
I love to cook and I enjoy doing it. I get tired, I get exhausted, everything happens. But then eventually I'm happy because I'm able to have a wholesome of life to live. So I play different roles and I live different roles and I get all kinds of emotions that, fulfill my life completely and make me what I am.
You have a life which is all jam-packed. How do you manage with all these things? Does your work affect get affected, or does your family get affected when you try to do these things? It must be very difficult to prioritize.
Yeah, I agree. So I think when I decided that I want a little bit of everything, I had to work out a lot of things at a lot of levels and a lot of fronts, that how will I let this happen? And the confidence came. I remember a story of my summer training days. I'm a master's in advertising and public relations, and I went to Bombay during my master's for a summer training. And every day when I used to travel in a local train, in the morning, I would board the local train at 6 o'clock in the morning, and the compartment will be full of women. I would obviously board the women's bogie. Those women, you see different women doing different things in the train.
Yeah.
What can you imagine? I would look out, I would do my social media in today's world. No. What they were doing, somebody was making a list of jobs for the entire day. Somebody was delegating and coordinating work, things at home. Somebody was doing all the puja part in the train so that they would save time. They've just managed to finish their houses and board the train. And when I was coming back, those same set of women, I noticed they would buy vegetables around the station, and in their handbags, small chopping boards will come out.
Wow.
Small knives will come out. They'll be doing all the chopping, and it looked like, okay, the working woman has transformed into the housewife who's going home. And it's just about planning. It's about managing time.
Time management. It's a great lesson to learn.
I still have goosebumps when I, remember those women, because I think I've really learned from them. They taught me that they had the same 24 hours and I have the same 24 hours. It's about how you decide and what you want to do with those 24 hours.
Very true. Very true.
And they just told me that you could do so much more than what you're already doing. And then when Indira Nooyi could put her baby in the baby basket and become the CEO of PepsiCo, possibilities are there. I think we all keep making excuses that I was busy with this or I was busy with that.
Very true.
I
think
true. If you take the call that, no, my life will be complete only if I'll do a little bit of motherhood, little bit of work comfort. So I think it's about defining what you really want.
I think you are defining a complete woman, and the inspiration is from the ladies in the train. That is amazing.
Honestly, I really owe it to them. And if at all I can thank them through this podcast, I would really want to thank each of them who's been my inspiration, honestly.
Wow, that is really great. That is amazing. And see, you talk about being a mother, being a daughter-in-law, being a wife, and I know how professional you are in your work. So it is really, but sometimes do you feel doing so many roles, you sometimes sacrifice something, or everything is perfect?
That is, I think, the key. When you are managing your time, you know that if I ask anybody, one day where you've achieved everything or all your jobs are done, I think nobody
can say
that.
There is a list and it is carried forward again.
Yeah. So I think I also try and do that. So what I did was I have an Excel sheet on my desktop. I have 8 to 9 columns: my kids, my family, my husband, my social commitments, my work, my home management, my clients. And then it has endless rows in it. And I planned today, there are important and urgent jobs on every front. And that's how I prioritize. That it's about taking small steps every day. You take those small steps on all different fronts. And I think gradually you feel that, you're progressing on all the fronts. And then with learnings, with failures, with mistakes, you develop another set of systems. And then that's how it just, starts shaping up. I agree that when you try and do everything, you feel that you're not doing justice.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. That happens with me also sometimes.
That
happens with me also.
All women share that.
Yeah.
All women share that. So we should acknowledge it as a timely emotion. We are feeling like that today, but that's not the end of story.
Yeah.
Eventually, if I decide, okay, I'll give up my work to take care of my kids. I don't think I'll be in my happy spot.
You will not be in the
I will not be in my happy spot. And if I feel that, I will do only one thing and not the other, I think, so there are options, right? So women who want to be a homemaker, they find joy in being the homemaker. And I truly respect it because that's so complete and wholesome in its own.
Yeah.
But I wanted everything. So I said,
so you want everything. So you are here.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I totally agree and resonate with it. Yeah. Because see, even my kids, when I was working, they used to say, ki, mom, quality time matters.
I'm sure you must have asked your kids, should I leave work for...
Yeah. When they were in 10th, 12th or whenever, we used to feel guilty. I used to have that emotion, but now I am okay with it.
Right. So there have been many times when you've, in our year of, interaction, you also told me it's okay to feel guilty sometimes as you grew up because you already lived all of that.
Yes.
All those phases of life.
Yes.
So that's about it. And I also want, young girls or even my own daughters, I think we all need a same set of skill set to, be in the corporate world or be it in a joint family or be it being a homemaker or painter. Or whatever. You need the same set of skill sets. Identify what really makes you happy. Do it for that purpose. Give it your best shot. And I think you can leave it up to God. And God has better plans.
Yes. Definitely. Leave everything to the God. That is what
I totally believe in God that, He has better plans for all of us. And we should just take it forward.
During our conversation, you also told me one very unique thing. That you wanted your children also, your girls also to know that cooking is important. Exactly. You cook them and you wanted them to learn. So that is why you did that.
Exactly. So I have my daughters and so these days when I see that, we are all equipped with a lot of staff help, support systems. So I was just, I felt that, the way my mom raised me, there is a gap in today's upbringing, she would really put things on me. She would really make me sometimes cook, clean the house, manage the grocery. She literally made me do everything. And then when I thought that, if I'm not doing all those things in front of my girls, they won't relate to this ever. And the entire generation, Aage, will, lose the touch of how it is to be. I mean, I'm not saying that women are meant to cook, but the kind of emotions a mother puts in while cooking, nobody can.
Yeah, very true. And this is such a noble and unique thought in today's world, wherein nobody wants to cook.
Yeah. So it's like, one is thing that I like to cook. Second is that if, the girls can take it forward, I will be really happy to, see them also doing everything. That doing one thing doesn't really need you to give up on other things.
Very true. Very true.
You can just optimize. You can just plan it your day. You can just prioritize for the day. And I think that's how you have a balance.
Yeah, great. Right. So, yes. So now FICCI also has become an integral part of your life.
Of course, FICCI is close to my heart. Yeah. And the way you've trusted our team, you've given us the kind of freedom to, be creative and showed the confidence, because I think a lot depends on when you trust women. If you don't doubt them, don't doubt yourself and don't doubt each other, I think.
Yes.
So if you trust them, if there is confidence, I think automatically there's so much of positivity. What we've experienced in this year is a lot of positivity. You've had that, given us that creative freedom and that positivity, and that's why I think we've been able to do some good work.
So let's be positive, and I think that is a great takeaway, and your life has a very meaningful takeaways. So thank you so much for coming on this podcast.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure, totally. And today for the first time, I'm feeling that, okay, a life, I was just feeling that, what will you really cover out of my story? Because it's a very ordinary story. I'm doing everything what any other woman is doing. But then it's...
No, because there are, see, you have such unique thought process, which needs to be given to the audience.
Right.
I would like to thank the audience for listening to our
Thank
FLO
you so
podcast.
much. Thank you.
Stay tuned for more podcasts to come and more unique stories to come.